Hello everyone, welcome to your second royal reading of today here at MadWorldTarot. Still have the Shadowland Tarot on the tarot table today because I'm still reading on Prince Harry today. I'm reading on things that he's done very recently that really fill me with disgust personally and also horror. Actually, this one, horror. This was the tattoo scene that we finally got to see. We wondered what he was up to in New York when he popped into that famous tattoo parlor for an hour or so. And clearly hadn't got a tattoo. He looked very pleased with himself at the time, though now we know that this was all a publicity stunt for the Invictus Games in Canada next February, and it was cringe beyond belief. Allegedly, it was all his clever idea, cooked up with the support of Meghan and her mother, again, allegedly. And he thought it was brilliant because he thinks he's hilarious. But allegedly, Invictus Foundation is less than pleased with the stunt he pulled. It was very tacky. There was lots of swearing. He does seem to have a filthy mouth and just tacky. Some of it very unfortunate. In the script, very below the belt, quite literally, that couldn't be shown in schools, couldn't be used really to promote the Invictus Foundation in a decent and dignified way, and a bit too adult, a bit too X-rated. And there was also a very unfortunate still from it with some unfortunate words across, which I can't repeat here because it's just vulgar and crass and not family friendly. But he might live to regret, let's just say. It was a very unfortunate look and bit X-rated. So I'm going to do a quick read on it. I'm going to see whose clever idea it was, this tattoo stunt with Jelly Roll. And I'm going to ask how hilarious he really thinks he is, and clever, and all the rest of it. And then I'm going to ask how it went down with the Invictus Foundation, and I'm going to ask if he is going to regret this stunt that he pulled because of the unfortunate still in particular, but also because it just represents him as such a tacky human being. It was so undignified, it was so dirty and vulgar and not at all princely. He's very keen to tell everybody that he is a prince, but he doesn't really behave like one, or he doesn't remotely behave like one. Now, he really has been dragged down into the gutter, possibly by the company he keeps in Montecito, in that mudslide mansion. And of course, that's my opinion. And let's remind you that this is tarot and it's all for fun and entertainment. And it is all my opinion and it's all speculation. And I just read on energy here. And there is a disclaimer in the box below. And the theme today is disgust. Just have to remind you of that because really it is a bit much what he's up to and how disappointing he must be to his family, to his people, to his organizations he represents. That's my personal opinion. The cringe factor is off the charts right now. Ace of Swords, there's the clever idea. That is literally a clever idea, a bright idea. I know what, let's do this. Ace of Swords, a new start, a brilliant, a witty spark, a brilliant spark. And because he has been accused of not doing enough for the Invictus Foundations, hasn't dug in his pocket and given them any money, unlike his brother, Prince William, who has given them very generous sums of money in the past. And he's been a bit of a reluctant fundraiser for them, or an absent fundraiser for them, certainly an eager spender of money, of their money. I know what, let's do this. Okay, so that's our underlying energy thinks. It's very clever. And the situation we're dealing with is the Queen of Cups, which is thinking that this is going to please people. It's relatable. Cups are all about being relatable because it's emotions and you connect through emotions. Basically, he thinks because he was Mummy's boy, Mummy Diana energy and Queen of Cups. I know what. Do something to show that you're with the people and you're popular. You're going to this popular tattoo parlor in New York where all the celebrities go, and you're funny and you're relatable and everyone will adore you again, Mummy Diana. So who's behind this clever idea to do this stunt for Invictus Games? This oh so funny stunt that he did. Who's behind it? Interesting, I get the Ace of Cups in reverse again. It's not showing me who. I think who might be over there. So much as why with the Ace of Cups in reverse, and the why is that he, and it's exactly the same energy as I got in the previous reading, he's realized that he's no longer popular, can't stand not being popular. The most popular royal. There's lots of opinion polls around, they run them routinely in some of the newspapers, the British papers that I'm sure he reads as he ponders whether to sue them or not. And he would see in all of those opinion polls that he is beneath contempt as far as the British public are concerned. They don't want him back. They don't want her back. They think he's dreadful. And there it is. So it's not who so much as why. Trying to be Mr. Popular again, a man of the people, a prince of the people, which is a non sequitur, of course. So let us see what he thinks of himself as this wit and this performer and this happy, funny persona that he's trying to present. And I have shuffled the cards, and I have shuffled and shuffled and shuffled before I started this reading from the previous reading. But now we've got two cards that have shown up in the previous reading and have shown up here again, which links the two readings, obviously. I've got the Seven of Pentacles. He doesn't necessarily think he's a great wit, but this is him thinking, I have to have something to show for the past 7 years of my life. And what do I know? What am I good at? What can I dig into my bag of tricks and find in myself is this joke persona. This joke persona that got buried for 7 years by herself, old sour grapes in her ball gown floating about in Mudslide Mansion. But I remember that 7 years ago I was happy and popular and the jokey one, and the one everyone liked to invite to things and see and laugh at and ha ha ha. And so it's more about his legacy. He's trying to remember that past self that has disappeared for 7 years, Seven of Pentacles. So I'm getting a huge repeat message here. So apologies if you've watched the previous reading and you think, she's saying the same thing over again. Well, it's because the same cards have showed up in exactly the same energy. So these two situations are very linked. How did this little stunt go down with the people at the Invictus Foundation? Are they thrilled with it? I think it's wonderful. We've got the High Priestess. Silence. Silence is the best option at this point. Don't say anything. And I'm sure if he's waiting for them to phone or email, oh, well done, that's just what we needed. It's given us such a boost. And now everybody's buying tickets and they're falling over themselves to get seats there and show up and donate on our website, because when you do go to the website, the first thing that hits you is a big donate sign. Donate, donate, donate. But silence. Silence, silence, silence. There's something else in that High Priestess card. It's interesting that it's sitting below the Queen of Cups, Mummy, and we know who talks to Mummy every day while she does yoga, allegedly in Mudslide Mansion. I should imagine that the people at Invictus think that this idea has come from Mummy via Meghan. Shall we just say? I think they know where it comes from, that influence. The High Priestess is all about mysteries, and some of those mysteries and influences can be quite occult. I'm trying to pick my words carefully, and that's of course just my opinion, but it's that kind of almost hypnotic influence that you don't perceive. It's not conscious. It's working on you in a different dimension or a different level, and I think that they see that. So it's not, oh no, horror, dismay, what are we going to do, how can we rectify this? I think it's more that they perceive where it is coming from. And is he going to live to regret this? Because it wasn't a good look. The language was foul. The expression of himself was foul. And as I say, there was that unfortunate moment that has been picked apart ad nauseum on all forms of social media. Yeah, the Hanged Man. And I think extra. Normally, Hanged Man upside down for me is you free yourself from something. But cards in reverse can mean many different things, and it's all a matter of interpretation. And that's why I always say, this is my opinion, it's my interpretation of the cards, my energy reading of the cards. Sitting under that Ace of Cups, the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is about being a victim, is about tying yourself up in knots, finding yourself in a situation that you can't extricate yourself from. You aren't the one who can get yourself down there until you see things differently. And it's going to take him a while to see what we all see. Well, not all of us, but the majority of people, when they saw that, were, oh no, cringe. And the cringe was instantaneous. The horror of this. Can't believe that a prince is doing this. He can't see it yet. He can't see why he's so unpopular, why he's lost his crowd, why he's lost the room. Can't see it. It's going to take him a while hanging there, while people ridicule him, criticize him, while he feels victimized and weak and powerless and vulnerable in that Hanged Man energy, hanging there upside down. As you hang there in that Hanged Man energy, that punitive energy, that martyr energy, you begin to see things maybe from other people's points of view. It's going to be slow, and that's because he is slow. And of course, that is not only my opinion, but also his mother's opinion. Just saying, it's going to take him a while to figure out that this was a very stupid thing to do. The look is just terrible, but at the moment, thinks it's a stroke of genius. Ace of Swords, encouraged, I would say, by the women at home, Queen of Cups, who speak daily, well, at least one of them does, to Mummy Diana. Invictus Games, they know all, they see all, but they maintain their silence. Harry is the one who really doesn't understand what has happened and where he lost everything. That's the reading. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow.